Hey folks, this is Brad Roybal, and this is the Unit 4 final project. So the Unit 4 final project is called Guess My Word. If you've ever played a game like Hangman, this project is intended to be very similar. So the whole point of the game is you basically present the user with a word, and that word typically shows up as blanks in the very beginning. The user has no idea any of the letters that are included in the word. We basically take that word and we allow the user to guess parts of it, right? So let's say the word is Brad, my first name, right? We take that initial guess, we present the user with a number of blanks that correspond with the letters in the word, and then we say guess a letter. Now, if the user guesses correctly, we show them the word. We show them the word with the updated letters that are in the place. So let's say it's Brad, and they guess A. It'll show A in that third space, and it'll keep the remaining letters blank. As the user progresses in the game, if they guess a letter incorrect, typically we assemble another portion of the drawing or we disassemble it, and that kind of shows the user their progress. If they guess the word all the way through correctly, they win the game without losing their total lives, I guess we could say. But if the let's say it's a snowman and the snowman completely melts by the time that the game is done, then the user loses. So you can see here on the screen I have the required 3 checkpoints. The first of which is that we want to be able to select a secret word, and we want to be able to keep track of which letters have been guessed, determine if each letter is guessed in the secret word or not. Second thing we want to do is be able to announce the current status of that word and showing letters that have been guessed and blanks for other letters. And then finally, our final checkpoint is we want to be able to play a full game of Guess My Word, identify correct and incorrect letters, display the figure, and inform the player of whether or not they have lost. So this is what the final Unit 4 project looks like. As you can see, I'm going to go ahead and click the Start button. The first thing we have is we have the assistant up there in the upper left, and I have my sort of host right in the middle. The assistant right here will give me the length of the word. So you can see each little underline right here corresponds to a letter in the word. And then the host is sort of, at least in my game, disassembled from the very beginning. So you can see it asks me what letter do I want to guess when I first start. And I go ahead and start by guessing vowels. That typically is kind of the easiest letter to guess. It stores that, it checks it, and it puts it in the word. So the assistant right here in the upper left displays what I've guessed for me, right? So if I do, let's say T, and I put that in there, you can see it continues to build. I'm going to press B. So since B wasn't in the word, what we do is we basically add on a part of our picture. And you can see Grievous, General Grievous right here, added an arm. And, the game continues, of course, until he ignites all his lightsabers. So I'm going to say A. And we can see that entered. I'm going to guess R as well. And you can see that entered as well. And I'm not sure exactly what my word is, but I keep guessing. So a few things to know when we look at this is that I kind of want to know, what I've guessed so far. We want to see the letters that we have in the word. We also want to make sure that there's several things that we can't do, one of which is entering 2 letters. You can see down here at the very bottom, in these small letters right here, I've guessed B and N. And if I press enter, Grievous tells me that I can't guess multiple letters at once. Another thing we also want to do is make sure that I can't continuously guess the same letters. So if I do something like guess N, which is already in the word, it says I've already guessed this letter. So I'm going to continue to guess this word. My guess is its counterpart. So I'm going to add all the potential things to it. And now you can see as soon as I press the last letter, letter U, and I press enter, it says that I win this time and it shows me the full word. Now, of course, the second thing that we want to see, and I'm going to press play, is what happens when I do not guess the full word. Well, Grievous, if you're unfamiliar with the character, has 4 lightsabers, and they're going to be shown in just a second. So it's going to say, quick, it's General Grievous. We want to guess the word before he lights all 4 of his lightsabers, and I'm going to start with R. I want to do letters that are probably not in the word, just so I can see if I can fail pretty quickly. So I'm guessing, Q, very unused letters, I'd say. I'm going to see if I guess Z already. I'm going to guess K, and I'm going to guess Y is the very last word. And then you can see it displays me that final, it displays me the word in the end, so that we can kind of give the user, hey, this is what you were working towards, but you didn't get it, unfortunately. And that's pretty much all there is to it. So please do tune in for the whole series. You're going to be able to see how I built this, some of the different stuff that I set up to make sure everything works, and how we built this amazing project.